Hi, this is Joseph broadcasting on the JohnTheHutDweller channel, and this will be the first chapter in David Ulansey's book, The Origins of Mithraic Mysteries. So right here, and the first chapter goes into the fact that all we basically have from the mystery religion of Mithra is the underground temples, the Mithraria, and it goes. The first chapter, it's tells about how the first guy who wrote the book, who got the jump on the subject, basically became the leading authority for 7 years. For 70 years, I'm sorry, and that's all that was talked about. It was Franz Kumant in 1896 or 1899. Hold on, I hate doing this. Well, it doesn't matter. 1896 and 1899 published two works. Okay, I guess I was right on that one. Stupid for me to go back. Okay, how he automatically linked it to the Iranian Mithra, or Mithra, I've also heard it called, and he wound up linking all of the symbols in the that are depicted in the murals or the reliefs or sometimes the statues, which is Mithra with his knee on the back of the bull, pulling the bull up with his nose, slitting the throat, a dog drinking the blood, scorpion biting the genitals, a raven overhead, and all this kind of stuff. He interpreted all with Iranian symbols, and he thought all of it had to do with Iran. The problem is that he had to do a lot of strange stuff to make sense of all this, because there is a scene in one of the texts where somebody kills a bull, but it wasn't Mithra, it was a different god. The view in Zoroastrianism, which would later use or not later used, which used the dog and the scorpion, dog for good, the scorpion for bad. He's similar. Oh well, they're fighting over the blood, so it's dualism. Well, in all the depictions, the scorpion and the dog, they're not looking at each other. They don't really particularly notice each other there. And the text that he was using about the bull, where it wasn't Mithra, it was another god that had slain a bull at one time, was written in the 9th century CE. And the book clearly describes that the religion of Mithra in the West as a Roman army religion that was exclusive only to males started in the 1st century around the birth of Christ and ended at the beginning of the 4th century, which would have been a Council of Nicaea when Christianity overtook it, and its height was in the 2nd century AD. So, how on earth are you're gonna use a text that comes afterwards? That's, like if I were to write a book today on something, and then 600 years in the future, somebody would say, "Oh well, you know what? Write something completely different," and then somebody 1,200 years past that said, "Oh well, the guy who wrote me, Joseph, wrote this book, and he was using the symbolism that he couldn't have possibly known about." It's really ridiculous. So then there's guys came up, Hinnells and Gordon really refuted that, and they wound up holding a conference in 1971, the first conference of Mithraic studies, and basically shot Kumant's theories out of the water. And it basically ends at that, but it gives sort of a preface. The bad thing about this book, though, is that I already researched Mithraism a lot. I was very interested in it. Um, the I even was using a screen name Mithras. Well, I'm not gonna tell that because that's actually an email account too. But I already heard a lot about Mithra and its connection to Christ, and I already saw a lot of the refutation for that. And I've watched Labyrum 312's videos as he did the Zeitgeist thing and shot it down. But I'm mainly focusing on this book by David Ulansey right here, The Origins of Mithraic Mysteries, and hopefully the next chapters will be a lot more interesting. And I'm just doing this chapter by chapter because that's naturally how the book breaks up, chapter by chapter. I figured I wouldn't do it at arbitrary points. So this is just a setting for Kuman's ideas of all the symbolism being Iranian, just getting totally blown out of the water. I'm sorry this this video isn't more interesting, but the first chapter is only 15 pages long. It's really not that interesting. I promise that no matter what, the second chapter will be more exciting in the book. Even if I have to light off fires in the background and shoot fireworks at the camera, or I don't know, do bloodletting on the thing. But yeah, it was kind of a letdown for me too. But it just gives a background of that the old ideas of Mithra were totally discredited. And thank you for watching. Keep watching. I will go through the book chapter by chapter. Thank you.